Ciao, welcome to Delicious Italian. Today what I'd like to show you how to make is chicken piccata. The chicken piccata comes together with just a few ingredients and just a little bit of time. Let me show you our ingredients. So I have chicken breast here. You could use thigh if you prefer. I prefer chicken breast. I have cut this chicken breast in half and tenderized it so that it is of even thickness and it will cook more evenly that way. I have flour for dredging the chicken in, give our sauce a little bit of body. I have some butter, salt and pepper. I won't use a lot of salt because capers are very salty. I have olive oil, white wine, some fresh basil, which is really optional. It's just nice to have a little fresh ingredient in there also. And I have some chicken broth and the star of the show, the lemon. So I have lemon three ways. I've zested this lemon, I've cut half of the lemon, and the rest of the lemon I'll use for its juice. So I've added a little bit of olive oil to the pan and about a tablespoon of butter. I'm going to add a little tablespoon of butter at the end too to give this sauce a nice silky texture. Now our butter is bubbling, just about ready. Kind of sprinkle in some of that flour there and see if it starts really bubbling up. I'm going to give it just another few seconds before I add my chicken in. Okay. I'm going to add this chicken in. I'm going to turn my heat up a little higher. All right, we'll go right in with that. We'll let that chicken cook for a couple of minutes. Since this dish comes together so quickly and these chicken breasts are nice and thin, you don't want to overcook them. So once they are colored on both sides, I'm going to take them out of the pan and continue making my sauce right in the pan. So our chicken is ready to be turned. It has some nice color on it. There we go. And I'm just going to give this a couple minutes on this side, and I'm going to take it out of the pan and then continue making my sauce right in this pan. Okay, there we go. It has some good color on it. I'm going to add a little more olive oil to this pan, and I am going to add in my slices of lemon and some lemon juice. Go, and a little bit of that lemon zest. There we go. This happens quickly. A little bit of broth, a little bit of wine. Not too much, just a splash really. Now I did season our chicken with salt and pepper, a little bit of salt. You have to think of all the layers of your dish and all the saltiness that might be in there. So you want to flavor and salt and season, I should say, each part of your dish, but being mindful of the salty ingredients. The capers, which are going in now. I didn't rinse them. They're in there with their brine and everything. I think that adds nice flavor to the dish. All right. You could see that this sauce has a little bit of body. It's not completely clear. You want that. And the chicken is coated with some flour. But if you want this to be a little bit, have a little bit more body, you can always add a little more flour. The important thing to adding flour into a sauce that's already going is to whisk it in very carefully. You can also do it by removing some of the liquid and making a little paste with the flour and the liquid and then adding it back into the pan, and that way it melts right in. There are a lot of little techniques and ways to do that. So our sauce is looking good here, and it's just about ready for that chicken to go back in. There we go. All right, our chicken is basically done here. I've got some nice sauce here, And I'm just going to add a nice little fresh bit of basil there. I want to add just a little bit, about a tablespoon of butter right to the pan. And I'm just going to let that just melt in. I don't want to reduce it down too much. That's it. There we go. I'm going to give it another little hit of fresh basil. And we're ready to plate this dish. Turn my burner off. Put this right on the plate. There we go. Get all of those good ingredients on there. The lemon is even good to eat because it's so thinly sliced. This is a delicious fresh dish that you can whip up in no time. Our chicken piccata is finished. It looks delicious. It smells even better. I hope you'll try this recipe at home, and I hope you'll tune in again for more Delicious Italian. Buon appetito!